The stock market is crashing. Hyperinflation, everything bubble, crypto is tanking, and the interest rates are being hiked. It's doom and gloom everywhere, so you better hide your husbands. Well, actually not. It's more like a generational wealth building opportunity if you know what to do. In this nutty time, this is what I'm doing and how you should probably think about your money. The last time this kind of thing happened in the world was in 2008, the housing crisis. And the same thing happened. There was panic in the streets and there was huge sell-offs of everything. It was serious and it was very real. And it lasted for about 2 years. But the 10 years that followed, it was the biggest wealth growth in a generation that many people missed out on. Mostly because they weren't ready for it. The same thing happened when the dot-com bubble burst in the early 2000s. If you're able to take a step back, the economy is very cyclical. It's not predictable, but it's inevitable. There is no time in the market, but anyone that says that they can is probably foolish, but that is a whole separate video. In this video, I want to focus on what I plan to do with the money over the next few months and even years, what moves I'm planning on taking, and how I am reacting to the current state of the world. Personally, I have been in and out of the stock market for the past several years, and I sold my entire position in January 2020 because I needed the money to take care of life stuff. And 2 months later, the pandemic crash happened. So out of sheer dumb luck, I sold at the right time. But I did notice that all the stocks or companies that I believed in, that I was bought into, were on massive discounts. So I bought back in and I held that position until December 2021. Again, I sold because I wanted to use the money, not because I sensed something on the horizon. And now, once again, all the stocks that I had before are in the discount aisle. But here's the thing, if the stocks that I had at the time were down, I wouldn't have sold them at all. I only sold because they were up, otherwise I would have just held on to them. Even if I didn't sell those 2 times before, I still would be considering shopping right now. But I'm actually not ready to buy back in just yet, and I'll go over why in a minute. There is something very important I want to tell you. Your money is your money. All your finance decisions should be made with a level head, not with FOMO. Not with the fear that you're going to miss out because you're reading some kind of news reports. So make sure you leave the emotions out when you're making your big decisions. Not because someone gave you a great tip or because someone is trying to sell you a course promising that they'll make you rich. Do all your own research before you make any big money moves. So, there are 2 options you have to consider. Number 1, you already have some stocks, either companies that you believe in or generic ETFs, and you have some money that you can buy more of those stocks on discount. Or 2, you have never invested in your life and you want to get into it, which is someplace that a lot of people are right now. I'm going to start with number 2. If you've never invested and are looking to start, first and foremost, only invest if you have an emergency fund, you have minimal debt, you have 3 months of living expenses, and you're willing to lose some of the money that you're going to invest. Because investing is risky, but the rewards are just as big as the risks. But if you do feel comfortable and you want to jump right in, make sure you check out Sasha's Stock Market Tips for Beginners 2022, a step-by-step guide. It's a free hour-long course that goes over everything that you will need to know to start. There is no upsell, there is no course that you need to buy in at the end. He just lays it out so you understand the basic. It's a great free resource. The life that you will be living in 5 years is decided by the choices and actions that you're making today. Just like the life that you're living today was set in motion by the choices and actions you made years ago. So what you do today will affect your life years from now. If you've already invested in the stock market, I won't tell you where to put your money, but I will share what I'm planning to do. My plan is simple. I will continue to do what I've been doing over the last few years. I will keep putting money into ETFs, which are a collection of the best performing stocks you buy as one, like mutual funds, but without the crazy management fees. Not just yet though, as the market can really go in either direction and there seems to be lots of fear everywhere. And the trend line seems to be pushing down even further. As soon as the world feels as it's stabilizing and it's a bit more consistent in the news, I will deploy some of the money back in. And this is what I mean by a generational wealth opportunity. I won't be waiting too long though, as these kind of down markets tend to last 13 months to about 2 years on historical averages, and these discounts won't be around for too long. A lot of these great companies that have large cash reserves and are able to weather this kind of downturn, they will be the companies that will be here after this downturn is done. And if their products and companies will grow after this downturn. So I look for those kind of companies where I use their services and their products, and I believe that other people will do the same in the long run. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I'm a huge Tesla fan. I love their products and I love where their company is going, just as much as Apple products overall. I believe that their products are some of the best in the world, but you have to find the companies that you like and you believe in, that their products and services will be here for the long run. So those are the companies that you should invest in. Otherwise, take a step back and just buy ETFs that you're comfortable with. All of this can be a moot point if you're a freelancer and you're not charging appropriately for your work. This video goes over how to set your day rate and how to track your expenses to help you make more money and pay off your debt. Also, I live stream where I deep dive on freelancing as well as investing and other financials. So make sure you check that out. As always, thanks for watching.